TECH-NOPOLY is a family board game designed to teach the entire family about technology, computational thinking, and coding. This game is for 2 to 4 players. The goal of TECH-NOPOLY is for your family to reach all 3 destinations throughout the city of Technopolis by working together, building code, answering trivia questions, and playing mini-games. Before playing your first game of TECH-NOPOLY, you'll need to cut out the 3 destination pieces from the side of your game board. Additionally, you'll need to cut the 4 types of cards: mystery, backup, challenge, and code. From the bag of loose items in your TechCore Unplugged kit, you'll need the kitchen timer, the dice, 1 pawn, and the pencil. The city of Technopolis is represented by a 2D array, which is a collection of data organized by rows and columns. When referring to locations on the game board, state the row number, then state the column number. The game will begin with the pawn, representing your family's robot, on Technopolis, row 1, column 1. Pick one person to be the narrator. They will be responsible for reading the mission guide aloud, so the narrator should be someone with strong reading skills. This is the only player that should have access to the solution guide. The remaining players must roll the die. The player that rolls the highest number will go first. Give each non-narrator player 6 yellow code cards. Every player should have exactly 6 code cards for the duration of the game. Shuffle each deck and place the mystery, backup, code, and challenge cards face down next to the game board. The narrator should now read the Game Start section of the mission guide and place the first location, the school computer lab, on the game board. The location of the school computer lab is determined by rolling both dice 2 times. The first roll will be the row, and the second roll will be the column. Roll 1 die to start your turn. The number that you roll determines how many points you can use during your turn. While it's your turn, you may decide to either exchange or place code cards. You may not do both in the same turn. There are 3 different types of code cards. The first type is directional. These cards are marked move up, move down, move left, or move right, and they cost 1 point to use. The second type is a loop card. Loops cost 2 points to use no matter how many directional cards are used inside the loop. Loop cards allow you to move using fewer points than if you were to use directional cards alone. Loop cards must be used in conjunction with a variable card, the third type of code card. Variable cards indicate how many times the robot will perform the code inside the loop. The variable card can be given any value. Simply assign this value by writing it in with a pencil. Once per turn, you may save your progress using a backup card. Backup cards cost 2 points to use. The narrator should record the robot's current location on the backup card and shuffle all code cards that have been previously played back into the main deck. Backups prevent your team from losing progress in the event that a minigame is not completed successfully, a roadblock card is drawn, or a virus or bug is not defeated. Once you've moved the robot using the code cards you played, look if you've landed on a gray tile. If so, you've landed on a special tile. The number you rolled at the beginning of your turn determines whether you'll get a mystery card or a challenge card. If the number you rolled at the beginning of your turn is an even number, draw a card from the mystery card deck. There are 5 types of mystery cards. Intel cards contain information that may help you later on in the game with trivia questions. Debugger cards can be used to remove a single bug for free. This card may be kept until needed. Antivirus cards remove a single virus for free. This card may also be kept until needed. Bonus cards give you additional points to use once during a future turn. The final type of mystery card is a roadblock card. You must follow the instructions given on the card. Drawing a roadblock card will likely result in you moving your robot's location. If the number you rolled is an odd number, draw a card from the challenge card deck. There are 2 types of challenge cards: bugs and viruses. Both require you to answer a trivia question. If you get the answer wrong on a bug card, you must remove all code cards that you played during that turn and return the robot to its previous location. If you get the answer wrong on a virus card, you must remove all code cards that you played during this turn and return the robot to the most recent backup location. If there are no backup locations, you must return the robot to the starting position. Technopolis 1-1. Each destination has a minigame that must be completed in order for the destination to be successfully collected. At the first destination, the school computer lab, players will play the blind drawing minigame. You will need scrap paper, a pencil, and a timer. In this minigame, one player will act as the robot, and the narrator will provide an algorithm, or a detailed set of instructions, to draw an object. The narrator will choose a simple object for the robot to draw. There's a list of suggestions for objects to draw within the solution guide. The robot should not know what object they're trying to draw. With their eyes closed, the robot must attempt to draw the object by listening to the narrator's algorithm. If you're playing with more than 2 players, the remaining players will actively try to guess what object is being drawn. If there are only 2 players, the robot can open their eyes and guess what the object is at the end of each algorithm. Once the object is correctly identified, the robot can move on to the next drawing. The goal of this minigame is to correctly identify at least 2 objects in 4 minutes. If the players are successful, the game is automatically backed up, and the narrator may proceed with the mission guide and place the next destination on the game board. The narrator should record the backup location on a backup card and shuffle the code cards back into the main deck. If the players run out of time before achieving the goal, the robot must be returned to the last backup location, and players must make their way back to the school computer lab. If there's no recorded backup location, move the robot to the starting position, TECH-NOPOLY 1-1. At the second destination, the charging station, players will play the Caesar Cipher minigame. You will need scrap paper, a pencil, and a timer. The Caesar Cipher is a simple form of encryption that was used by Julius Caesar to protect military messages. This is a type of substitution cipher where each letter in the original message is changed based on the number of letters being shifted up or down. For this minigame, we will be using a +3 shift. To decrypt messages encrypted using a +3 shift, shift each letter 3 letters backwards in the alphabet. The narrator should choose 2 secret messages from the solution guide and write them on a piece of paper for the other players to see. The goal of this minigame is for players to decrypt 2 secret messages correctly within 4 minutes. If the players are successful, the game is automatically backed up and the narrator may proceed with the mission guide and place the next destination on the game board. The narrator should record the backup location on a backup card and shuffle all code cards back into the main deck. If the players run out of time before achieving the goal, the robot must be returned to the last backup location, and players must make their way back to the charging station. At the final destination, the library, players will play the Bits of Binary minigame. Every computer processes information using binary. Binary is a number system that uses a base of 2, so it's only represented by 2 digits, 1 representing on and 0 representing off. In contrast, the decimal number system that we humans typically use utilizes a base of 10, or digits 0 through 9. The table included in your mission guide illustrates how to translate binary to decimal numbers. Using this table as a guide, players must correctly translate 2 binary numbers to their decimal equivalents within 4 minutes to collect this location. If the players run out of time before achieving the goal, the robot must be returned to the last backup location, and players must make their way back to the library. Otherwise, if the players successfully translate 2 numbers, congratulations! You've successfully completed TECH-NOPOLY.